I kind of fell into it. So Sacramento gets really hot, right? It gets like 110 degrees during the summer, and our local weekly venue, the owner is a bit of a cheapskate. He wouldn't turn the AC on where everybody was playing, but the exception was the commentary room. So to survive, I just learned to commentate, and people seemed to like it, so I just kept doing it, and people kept telling me to apply to more things, and it just kind of kept happening.
I mentioned earlier that I like to play League of Legends, and I was a big fan of like the whole like growing esports thing, and I kind of saw that like the first like couple tournaments where they had a lot of like casting, and I thought that was neat. And one of the most like important things about it was that it was just like so much information, and I love that. And because I put so much time and like research in Smash 4 before it came out, when it came out, after it came out, I put so much like time into the game itself. I kind of like talking about it. And generally, like when you're out at tournaments, people like to talk about all sorts of things, so you don't really get too much time to talk about Smash. When you're on commentary, it's just Smash, and I love that. It's great.
Favorite set would probably... So Zaki versus Leo is pretty crazy, because it's King DDD beating the best Cloud in the world. But then also Elegant versus Fatality at the 2GG Championship was also really good.
Doubles match, Luis and Smurf versus Trevante and Cerrone, where Trevante...
Oh, without the XX?
What, was it with XX? It was with XX? Okay. Basically, Trevante got the kill and then just popped off super hard and then just let himself die, and it turned out Luis and Smurf won because Luis actually got star KO'd or screen KO'd. I don't remember which one exactly. But Trevante fell off the stage first, so technically Luis and Smurf won, and that was exciting. Me and G-Pick were popping off of like, we were excited because we saw 2 bouncing fishes in the first place, and then it turned into something even crazier, and that was really exciting.
I thought I would like it, and I thought I would be good at it. That's the good answer. Like I really was seeing events and seeing where things were going poorly, and was like, I could do this better, and so I did it.
I knew that no one else in my community would do it. We had a lot of great players in Brawl, but not too many people would be opening up their homes. So since I had the time and the space, I decided to do it.
I mean, I always had to say Pappy's 10 just because that was the really big one with all the people that came up and everything. And then I want to say not the last Arcadian, but the Arcadian before that was really fun too. 2017. That was the one with the big Domo Cheeto and like, right? I think, was that the one Smiley won? I think, yeah. That one was a really fun event. I had a good time with that Arcadia.
I love Pappy's, but it's gonna be Big Mama's Little House. It was great opening up my house to those people every week. Big Mama's Haunted House, number 2. We had a whole bunch of people from all over the Bay show up. A whole bunch came in costume. We had great food, a bunch of people just hanging out. It was a good time.
I've loved Melee since the day it came out when I was 5 years old, and I've played it non-stop and Brawl non-stop when that came out. And then when I heard about tournaments, I started going back in the Brawl days. No one knew me. I don't think I had my tag yet, but I just found out about them from a friend.
My brother saw a flyer on Facebook from Gamers Fun Club a while ago in 2015. And so that's was my first ever tournament.
I watched a set from Brawl. It was Ally versus DK Will, and I don't remember what tournament. I had the impression before that competitive Smash was all people playing Fox or Meta Knight. So when I saw him playing Donkey Kong against Snake, I was like, wait a minute, now I want to try this. So I tried it. I came to a tournament for Smash 4 after it came out, and then I liked it, so I kept coming.
I was at a gay bar at a gamer event, and I was playing Smash there, and we were all having fun and doing whatnot. and some guy who actually went to competitive Smash 4 games was there, and he's like, "You're really good. You should go to the Foundry. They have like Smash tournaments there." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I went to the first Foundry, and the first Foundry I think it's like come on in band number 4, and I got like, I think I got like 6th or 8th place. I got stomped on by Crispy Tacos of all people, actually. I didn't know Shulk stuff, but it was my first competitive tournament. I've been hooked ever since.
I first started off going to this one shop in downtown in San Jose, and I found out about it through a buddy of mine. We don't talk anymore, but we used to play for hours and hours until I decided to finally join a tournament, and it was SJSU that I decided to enter. I didn't like the tournament experience at first, but after a while I needed to adjust some things in order for me to go back and compete, because I wasn't very ready for competing at the time.
Yo, definitely, I mean, you've definitely heard of Carfax and you've heard of Never Pull Out. I've known these dudes for a while. I met them at the library as well, and they showed me the Made, which was an old school or older tournament back in the day, back in Oakland before the Town and City. This is very old.
C4 took me to a tournament versus Milpitas Golfland. That was the first tournament too. And then I went there casually, and then I met Crustle at college, and we wanted to go to Smash tournaments, so we decided to go to Versus regular and San Jose. And we went. I kept going over and over again every single week with Crustle, so we would play there.
So I used to play, I played Brawl a lot, like absurd amount of hours. I think I have, I think I had 100, like 50K hours or something on Brawl. It was ridiculous, like you wouldn't, and yeah, it was just my favorite game, and I wanted to go to tournaments, and I heard about them, like, so I went, and I did terrible. I actually got blown up in my first tournament, my tournaments for like a whole year. And then like I started to like actually seeing some success, and that was cool. It's a fun, I don't know, there's a cool thing about playing your favorite game with a bunch of other people.
A friend of mine in high school that I was on the tennis team with, I initially played with, and he was 2 years older than me and went to college first, so he ended up getting like a lot of practice in the dorms there, and then came back and played with me whenever he was home, because we lived like 5 minutes away from each other. And he played like every character, so I got experience against everyone in Melee.
So I was playing Brawl, and I was noticing that like Wi-Fi was like nice, and I was trying to figure out. I ran into this guy named RedX, and he was like the best Ike I've ever like played in my life when I was first starting out. And I was like, dang man, I couldn't beat him, so I was getting motivated, and like. I met him on YouTube. I was searching on like print codes because that was the only way you could play someone. So that's how I got introduced, and then he introduced me to AIB. It was always Brawl. It's like you can tell when local tournaments are happening. So from there, I went to my first tournament, got 3-stocked by Sean. I was more motivated because I couldn't go out like that. And now I strived, and look, here I am.
So I always played Smash casually with my friends as a kid growing up. And then when Smash 4 came out, I think that's when I started noticing that there were tournaments, and one of my friends like found Smash boards and was like, hey, there's a tournament like 2 hours away. Let's go drive there. And so we went there. And then about a month later, I realized there were like a lot of tournaments, like not 2 hours away that I could go to. So yeah, I guess that's how it started.
I was at a friend's place, and their friend came over. I brought Smash, and he was like, hey, one of my friends has his own little private tournaments that is just friends only, and you should totally come. So I went. I really had a feel for like what it meant to be in a bracket. That was the first bracket I've ever been into, and yeah, ever since then I just looked up like Smash 4 NorCal page and started going to SJSU, and it just kind of went from there.
I got into competitive Smash through Gaia online forums. I found a Wi-Fi clan when I was 10 years old, and I made an All Is Brawl account. And after making my Allsgo account, I was like, oh hey, NorCal is actually like fairly active in Brawl tournaments. And I went to my first Brawl tournament in 2011, November, so it's been 7 years actually.
I started out on Brawl Wi-Fi, and I eventually learned that there were tournaments in SAC. So then I went to my very first tournament, Sacramento, and Ninja the Link Sage brought me into his crew, and ever since then I stayed in the scene and made a bunch of friends and kept coming, and yeah.
My community college had like a tournament, and I played the game on the DS, so I went and won, and I thought I was good at the game. I was whatever. And then I found out about another tournament in Fremont. It was called Taro. I went to that. I won consistently until Future, aka the manager, started showing up, and he was like saucing me over and over each week. And I was like, damn, this guy's good. How do I get good? And I found out about Ken and just started going to Ken. And then from then on, I just got really good at the game. And I kept always, you know, trying to improve no matter what.
I always liked Smash as a kid growing up, and I played it with my family and my cousins and my friends. And then for Brawl, I went to a tournament just for fun, and I was like, oh, this is a good time, and there's a lot of people playing this game competitively. So it's been like 10 years since I started playing Smash, and I hopefully there's a few more in me.
I think right now I'm really looking into Pokemon Trainer, Ridley, Bowser, and Cloud.
The plant. Actually, both plants. I want to play Ivysaur, I want to play Piranha Plant, but Piranha Plant's not going to come for a while, so probably we'll play Meta Knight. Meta Knight looks kind of sick. It looks kind of like a Nerf Brawl Meta Knight, like in terms of the way he's going to play, with some Smash 4 hybrids on like the sideways ladders from like what I've seen. Everyone wants to play Richter, like, and I was really excited to play him, but then I started seeing more and more footage, and he looks so boring, like so boring. And Young Link, honestly, because yeah.
Mostly Ness, obviously, and then I want to try out Pichu, Inkling, Squirtle, Isabelle, and Piranha Plant. Yep.
Snake, of course. I like playing Snake so much in Brawl. It was like good memories. That was my Wi-Fi main, and I played him a lot offline too. It's just like the amount of things you can do with him is so sick, but they took away his mind, so it's like he's so sick, but still.
I really want to play Bayonetta. I know she definitely won't be as good as she was in this game, but I look forward to labbing her out. That and Palutena. Like, her rework looks really interesting. I want to see what her neutral is, and I didn't really get a chance to do that in Smash 4 because she was like super slow, but I'm looking forward to it.
Simon Belmont and Richter. Mostly Simon though, because his hair is somewhat similar to how mine used to be. Although I do like Rondo of Blood a lot. Yeah, mostly the Belmonts. Also Ryu. Kirby for some reason looks kind of fun. Link looks really fun with the bombs. I don't know, there's a lot of characters.
My top 3 characters are like Mario, Sheik, and Piranha Plant.
Rosa, Falcon, Mars, Snake, and Zelda.
I really want to play Olimar. Everything looks promising so far. He's like a mixture of Smash 4, which I love playing Smash 4 Olimar. He's really fun compared to Brawl, but the Brawl Olimar is really broken. And so he looks like a mixture of those, so I hope he's still fun as a Smash 4, but if he's top 3 again, like, I'm all for that. But also Piranha Plant looks really fun as well.
I'm going to play it, but I'm kind of thrown off by the fact that they just added every single person like in the cast, old and present, like just throw them in there, including DLC. There's already so many matchups in Smash 4. Matchups in Ultimate, Ultimate's gonna be something. Like, it's gonna be something new.
Yeah, definitely Mewtwo still. Mewtwo is my favorite Nintendo character ever, and he still looks broken. But besides that, Pokemon Trainer looks really cool. Roy looks amazing. Zelda looks really cool. There's just all the characters that I like playing in Smash 4 basically all look really good. So.
Squirtle, for sure. He's like the coolest Pokemon, and I don't know, he's just cute and amazing. I don't want to play Ivysaur or Charizard, just Squirtle. Best Squirtle in the world.
I'm going to play Diddy, obviously, still. But the newcomer I want to play most is King K. Rool. Even before all the gameplay videos, I wanted him in Smash, so it's really cool that he's finally in. So I definitely want to play him.
I got a long list of characters I want to play in Ultimate. Toon Link, of course, Young Link, of course, but looking at Daisy, Jigglypuff looks better, Yoshi, Pikachu's broken, more characters too, just so many characters looking good.
Simon, who's not aggressive, he's a waller. I'm looking forward to him. I want to try Incineroar, because he's like a grappler, he's in your face, he's aggressive, and Pokemon Trainer. Like, I love Pokemon Trainer.
Right now, Cloud, Fox, and honestly Ken, those two characters.
Never lose the same way twice. So whenever you lose a game, think about why you lost and what other things you can try so you don't lose that way again, because otherwise you're just not improving.
Don't be afraid to talk to people. Getting to know other players well and quickly is a great way to improve, and it also builds a great community.
My one advice would be don't get too stuck on losing. Like, you're gonna lose a lot. If you're new coming into this game and new coming into fighting games in general, you're gonna lose a lot, and that's just what it is. And you should be more focused on just figuring out why you're losing, as opposed to just being just having a problem with the loss itself.
Don't listen to Reddit. Reddit's bad. Reddit's super bad. If you hive mind yourself into just reading whatever Reddit says, and just only take that, you're gonna be a bad player. You're gonna say all this stuff that Reddit says, and everyone who actually plays competitive Smash, they don't really interact with that kind of community directly. So a lot of the nuances in the game you're not gonna be able to get unless you're actually out there doing doing tournaments. But if you're just out there just trying to play online, you do whatever you want, man. If you're trying to play online, you get a network adapter. That's the advice.
Honestly, I even said it on Twitter. I feel it's important for people to try new things, because you get used to playing one character so much, and you get used to playing one play style, and that's the way you play, and that's it. But you should always try and play something so completely opposite of what you are. It's new, it's exciting. It teaches you new things about what aggression is, about what defense is. And I personally plan on trying really aggressive characters out. I play a defensive wall this game. I'm gonna go aggro as crap next game.
Advice I'd give to players going to Ultimate, I think even if you've been playing for a long time, other players have been playing this for so much longer. And I feel like eventually it'll just click on what you have to do for yourself to get better. Because everyone kind of has their own way of improving in the game. And for me, it took probably 4 years before I got ranked for the first time in Smash 4 after playing for 4 years in Brawl. And so even if you're not seeing results now, you still have time to figure out what you have to do and find those results in Ultimate, because everyone can do it.
I'd say if you're playing a character that is in Smash 4, you should play that character in Smash 4 a lot beforehand, because the game is pretty similar. Otherwise, if you're trying to get good, just watch a bunch of videos of players who are playing the characters that you want to play, and that'll give you a good idea going in.
Going into Ultimate, definitely try to be aware of your bad habits. Or not your bad habits, but your Smash 4 habits. My Smash 4 habits are a lot of air dodging, because my character has a broken air dodge, and that won't be the case in Ultimate, so I need to be aware of that and be willing to change my gameplay to match the new game engine.
I would say be willing to think critically about your own gameplay. That's the most important step for improving.
Don't. No, I'm just joking. Competitively, for me personally, I would say have a thick skin. Not everyone's gonna like you. And then definitely try to learn in every game that you have. If it's a friendly, try to learn something out of it.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. However, if you quickly see that someone does not want to help you, just try to move on from that as best you can.
I would tell them not to slack off and make sure they actually put the time into practice, or else they're never going to get where they want to be. They say they want to get better, but I never see any time be put into it.
I think I would just say, like, if you want to be good at it, you have to put in a lot of time, and the amount of time that you put into it really directly translates into how good you're going to be. I think anybody can be good if they put in enough time.
Just have a positive mindset and just try to watch as many top players as you can to learn more about the game.
Stick to fundamentals and give Ultimate a chance to like learn it as a new game, and I don't know, have fun with it.
Just play a lot and don't worry about the result immediately, because as long as you keep playing and are willing to improve, then you will improve.
Ooh, don't play, when the game comes out, don't play to like win, play to learn. Like, it's okay if you still want to win, but don't make that your priority. If you're gonna play, learn, you should focus on like how to get better, not just how to win. So always go into a mindset that even if you lose, do not get mad, because the game just came out and there's always room to grow. And even if you're not good from the beginning, don't give up, because anyone can become great at the game.
Let's see. I guess to not get held down by old habits, because now in Ultimate you can't really air dodge that much, and that applies to me as well. There dodges a lot in Ultimate and Brawl, and I mean in /4 and Brawl, and now in Ultimate I can't really do it anymore. So I have to adjust how I play based on the mechanics of the new game, and I think a lot of people are gonna have to do that. So just let go of your old habits is what I would say.
Just, if you went 0-2 in this game and think things are gonna change, you should probably like rethink that and like go home, practice. You're not gonna get anything without like practicing your kit, understanding like your neutral approaches, and so just literally like don't think everything is just gonna change automatically. It's not happening.
Just keep playing Smash. Like, I think a lot of people are of the mindset that like Ultimate's new game, and you know, like I don't have to play Smash 4 anymore, and like so I'm not really gonna play, I'm just gonna wait. Like, if you keep that mentality, like whatever was holding you back in Smash 4 isn't gonna change with Ultimate. It's gonna be the same, you're gonna have the same mentality, the same mindset, the same blocks, and the same flaws. Like, if you want to get better at any Smash game, you gotta play one and keep doing it and getting better as a fundamental player.